Well, sometimes you just have to eat crow. Today is one of those days. So this project turned out to be a total fail, and I really debated even putting it on YouTube because I was like, why don't I just scrap it? But I just want to be honest, show you guys when things work and when things don't. So let me show you why this actually didn't work and why it actually got dangerous really quick. And if you want to stick around, watch the whole thing through, see how I actually built it. But again, I wouldn't recommend building it because you'll see why. So check it out. Hi, and welcome to Dad Fixed It. My name is Eric, and this is my family. We're a family of 6 living in the Northeast. As you can imagine, life is pretty expensive. To help us out, I try to fix everything I can around our house to help save money. I'm not a plumber, a carpenter, a mason, or an electrician, but I try my best with what I have. Hopefully I can help you fix something and save you a lot of money. Come along on this journey and let's learn together. Let's fix it. Welcome back, my friends, to a balmy summer day. So today I have a little project I want to try to tackle. A lot of new cars don't have a central jacking point. So when you go to do a tire rotation, it becomes a little bit of a problem because when you jack the car up from the point where you normally change a tire, you don't have anywhere else to put like a jack stand. So I'm gonna try combining a couple things I've seen on YouTube and see if we can come up with a solution for this problem. So for this project, you're gonna need just a couple things. Interestingly enough, a couple hockey pucks. I need a low budget Amazon brand will do. A piece of 2x6 and a couple pieces of 2x4. And then some tools and stuff to cut and screw them all together. So let's get started. I'll show you what I'm thinking. First, I need to know the maximum width of this little trolley jack. So it's 6.5, so it goes 7 inches. So now I need to make sure my 2x6, I can cut 2 long enough pieces out of it. So I said 7 inches on the trolley jack, plus another 7 inches for the width of 2 2x4s. So it need to be 14 inches. Hopefully we have 28 inches here and, oh, just make it. We're good. I am shot. I think I said 14 inches, right? This is why you write things down. So I'm gonna go from both ends. 14. This doesn't have to be exact, but definitely have to make sure you have enough room for that trolley jack. Let's cut it. 2 things you should always use if you're gonna use a miter saw or a circular saw. Ear protection, because that's just smart, and eye protection, that's necessary. And if you don't believe me, just search around on YouTube for miter saw accidents. Whoa. You'll see. Now I want to cut 2x4s. The width of this 2x6, which should be 5.5, but in reality it's actually not. It's just shy. This board is a little warped. So we're gonna go 5 3/8. What I want to do is make a jig. So once I line up the saw blade, it looks about right, so that I know I'll get the same size cut over and over without having to measure 100 times. Just a real simple thing. It saves quite a bit of time. Just check our alignment again. Looks good. That way we can butt it up each time. I know I'm going to need a bunch of these. Next, I need to know what the height is from the floor up to the jacking point. And it's right at 8 inches. have to be careful because there's actually other subframe components and parts that hold the battery on. They're very close to the edge over there. I think it'll be okay. All right, so you can see the height of 2x6 and the puck brings us to 2.5. So that means we have 5.5 more to make up. 2 2x4s is 3. So I think if we do 3 on each side, that will get us roughly to our height. Very roughly. That's about 7. I think that's okay. So I have this finish nailer that I borrowed from a friend, which is absolutely amazing. And I think I can use it on this. I'm not too worried about these coming apart because all the pressure will be on them. So it's not like they really even need to be screwed together. So I'm just gonna square them. All right, we'll do the other side now. So now, this will go on and we'll flush this with the front and the sides as best we can. You wanna try nailing this one, Mace?
That thing scares me when I'm 10 feet away from it.
Oh, out of nails. Okay, reloaded. All right, now we have to figure out some way to attach the puck. And I was thinking, these are too long. That'll probably be just enough if we measure the center to catch and hold the puck in place. And we want the puck so that it doesn't damage the jacking point on the underside of the car. So it'll actually kind of mold around the jacking point and shouldn't scratch the paint off, but we'll see. Now we're gonna test fit this, see if it even works. Oh, that's gonna be really close. It's gonna catch. There might be some interference from other parts that I didn't see. Oh, look. What else I didn't figure on? That does have to be up another 1/2 inch to clear the jack. All right, gotta figure something else out. Well, I had to change gears a bit here. Total oversight on my part, and we went from the puck to a piece of 2x4. And to do this, you got to make sure that the grain is running in this orientation so that when you lift it up on the jacking point, it's not prone to splitting the wood. So I think this will work because we had some other issues of interference subframe assemblies. Now we can try this out and see if this will work. Unfortunately, I got to do old school jack. Make sure it's nice and centered. Far that looks okay. Now what I want is the tire to be off the ground by a good amount. And then let's see how many blocks it takes to fill that gap. All right, this is a little bigger than I thought. Fortunately, I only have 3 cut for now, but just as a proof of concept, it went up a little bit crooked. Even though that's completely centered, never put your fingers in case this cracks. All right, that's pretty solid. So what I can do is make a block of 4 that's all tacked together. I gotta cut some more. And then I'd be able to go over to the other side, jack that side up, and be able to work. And I would never, ever trust this to work under. This is only when you're working from outside the car, just as a temporary thing to do a tire change. So after giving it some thought, I'm gonna take this down, take it out, and seeing I'm probably just gonna end up using this jack. I'm only gonna do it, well, not very often. Am I gonna have to rotate the tires or do something like this? I'm gonna shorten this gap so there's not as much stress on this 2x6. Should make it a lot stronger and a lot safer. So, be right back. All right, well there they are. I made the cuts and adjustments to bring them a little closer together. So we have 2 full sets. Let's give it a try and see how this works for doing a tire rotation. All right, there we go. I like how that wiggles a little bit. All right, let's go jack up the other side. Okay, on the other side now. The only tricky part is making sure it goes on in the center. Let's go take a look at the other side while we're jacking this side up. Make sure it still looks okay. Looks fine, it's not even flexing at all. Looks pretty decent. Let's switch you guys around this way. It's a little crooked. All right, there you have it. It's actually pretty stable. Looks good. Now we can jack up the back tires and do a full rotation with just one jack. Well, there you have it. Am I happy with it? I guess so. It's okay. You know, it's functional. Definitely do this at your own risk. I'm not responsible if you do this and something bad happens. I would never ever put a limb under the car or get under it myself when it's jacked up like this. This is just simply for doing a tire change when you don't have a central jacking point. So I think it works, you know. Something I can just stick on the shelf, and every, I don't know, 5 months or whatever I need to do a tire rotation, I can take it out and do it real quick. So it's making something out of just a few pieces of scrap. I mean, I probably have 15 bucks into this. It's not bad. So would I do anything over? Probably be a little more careful with my measurements. But other than that, I think it's good. I don't like that screw jack that much. I think I'm gonna use the one out of my car instead of the one out of my wife's car. But overall, I think it worked. Again, do it safely. Do not get under the car if it's jacked up like this. It's definitely not safe for anything like that, but it's only good for a tire change. So hope you found this entertaining at least, and hopefully a little bit helpful. So here's the one from the left front of the car, and look at this. See that gap that's opened up in there? So I used the screw jack to do the 2 fronts, but in the back, I used the trolley jack. And if you've ever looked at how a trolley jack operates, it doesn't exactly lift in a completely vertical plane. It moves horizontally a little bit too. And that's why it has wheels on it. And these do not have wheels. That was the last wheel I did. This was the last side I took off. I lowered the other side down. And because of the movement, doing the back 2 wheels, by the time I got here, this was not only leaning this way, but it was also leaning forward, getting ready to collapse. I had to get the jack under there really quick and get it down fast. Now, maybe that was just a product of screws not being used in it and only the nails, because the nails pull out a lot more easily. Or maybe I need to put a bigger base plate, or maybe this is just junk altogether. I don't know. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. Let me know if you think I should just scrap it all together or try to modify it. But hey, you live and you learn. That's what life is all about, right? Trying to make something out of nothing. And it worked. I got my tires rotated, but I just don't feel that it's safe. And we'd love it, as always, if you'd hit that like button and subscribe. See you next time.